I'm speaking with David Montejano. David, I would like to ask you a couple of questions. The first is, where do you feel the Chicano movement's legacy lies?
Well, there are many aspects to that. I mean, one is, of course, the creation of university programs, Chicano studies, the admissions, policies adopted by universities. So the opening up of universities would be one logro, one success. But in terms of San Antonio, the change from an at-large electoral system to single-member districts was critical. It was absolutely important, and that was also a result, by the way, of the Black Civil Rights Movement. I mean, that's part of the general civil rights, success. So that happens here in San Antonio because of the Chicano movement, and that lays the foundation later for the election of Henry Cisneros. Now, another logro is the increased organizational capacity of our barrios, of our communities, and that you have to just look at the hard work by the communities organized for public service and the Southwest Voter Registration Education Project. We're talking about grassroots organizing that empowers communities. And so basically the Chicano movement in San Antonio just changed the whole organizational infrastructure of the Chicano community. It didn't stop there. After the successes that we had here in San Antonio, then COPS and SWRP, Southwest Voter, end up exporting these strategies and lessons to other parts of Texas and the Southwest. And even today, I think 30 years after the movimiento, I think that you have organizations across the country, from the East Coast to California, that can point to what happened in San Antonio as part of their history. In other words, their organization was influenced by what happened in San Antonio.
Today in the classrooms and in the voice of pundits, we often hear, what was La Causa and where is La Causa today? Where do we see remnants of it or progressions of it?
Well, La Causa, the initial meaning of La Causa was linked to the farm worker struggle for Cesar Chavez and the various farm worker strikes that occurred in California and Texas. That was La Causa initially. But then with the movement that's generated from the farm worker strikes, La Causa, the meaning of La Causa, ends up becoming broad to just refer to a general struggle for equality, basically justice and equality. And so if you frame it that way, well, La Causa todavía sigue. I mean, we're still fighting. So long as there's inequality and injustice, I think we're going to have La Causa.
And organization.
Of course, now we have more organizational capacity. Yes.
One last question. If there were a monument to be placed, a place to recognize where all of this began in San Antonio, is there one particular place that you would say deserves to have that plaque or that commemoration?
I would pick that cantina, the Salon Social on where is it on? God, is it on Buena Vista Commerce? I mentioned it in my book, but this is where the activists organized the Committee for Barrio Betterment. The initial challenge to the Good Government League, and then later, that's the place where the idea of the Raza Unida Party ended up, coming to fruition. So I would pick a cantina. I would pick a cantina. The Salón Té Social o Social Té.
Yeah. Excellent. Muchísimas gracias.
Okay.
Y que viva la raza.
Que viva. Que viva.